Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is June 26th, 2022, and this is episode 515, maybe 514. I'll clean that up in the credits. Okay, today we're looking at Samurai Sonja. Now, I have been talking about this comic for a little bit. I think I was calling it Ninja Sonja or something like that, or Sonja Ninja, but it is Samurai Sonja. So here it is, it's out. Very beautiful cover. Let's take it in. Look. Really nice work on the face there. And we get the Sonja-esque body armor down here. This picture doesn't exactly appear in this comic, but you get the idea. Okay, this is coming out from Dynamite, so you know there's many covers like this. I think this cover, and which is cover A, and cover B are the two best. This is issue number 1. It's rated teen. Comes in at a whopping $3.99. Excuse me. And I am going to recommend this comic as well. We'll get into it a little bit here. The story's not super great, but I think it's good enough. Okay, so I'm loving the cover. Very beautifully drawn face. The rest of the body seems a little bit rushed, but obviously the face is like right in there. That looks almost like a photo. It's so nice. Okay, now we're going to go and take a quick look at who worked on it. I'm going to have to zoom in here and kind of just let you guys pick through this because it is very difficult for me to read. It looks like Jordan Clark was the writer. Pasquale Coelho and Makikiana. I can't even read that second line. Pugilia are the artists on this. The colorist is Kike J. Diaz. The letterer is Jeff Eckelberry, and Lucia Paquilla did the main cover, which we saw here. Let's take that out again. So obviously the interior art is not going to look like the cover art. All right, so there are, with Dynamite, you got so many other covers here, so we'll take a look at those at the end here. So the story is about, oh boy, what's her name? Sakura, I believe her name is Sakura. And she is on this boat here with her uncle. Her father's been killed by this evil warlord demon of the Shuntin Dojo, I believe it's called. So she is, with her uncle, is going to go out and try to take down this evil demon warlord. So in the book, they're kind of, as the story starts, they're on a boat, and they're crossing the seas, obviously. And then she has a discussion with her uncle and talks about how brave he was. She's disappointed that she wasn't by his side. She thinks she could have helped him from perishing if she was there. Hard to say because she wasn't there. So they're readying their weapons, and unfortunately, out of nowhere, they get attacked by this, I think it's like a sea dragon. I'm not quite sure. We'll see it in this next page. Whoops, no, we will not. This next page, we get Vampirella, Year 1. And there you go. There's some covers for this. So, yeah, this one Vampirella here looks more like a manga or anime character than the Vampirellas we've been seeing before. Vampirella Year 1, written by Christopher Priest in a trade, I guess. So here you can see, here's the dragon breaking up the boat and sending them all to their death in the sea. So down goes Asakura, and she happens to land on this ledge. So as she watches, she can see the rest of her crew, her uncle and everybody else, go down to the depths and disappear. As she is sitting there, she does a prayer to this goddess here, Amatsusura, I think her name is, or Matsusura, something like that, Tamasura. And she says, she says, can you help me? And she says, I'll be your champion. She says, okay, you can be your champion, but if you do not come through and beat this evil demon warlord. Your name will be stricken forever. Your family will no longer exist. So she's got quite a job cut out for her. Now she is released to the earth, and there's some equipment here. She picks it up, and this is where we see her now in the cover garb of the Sonja with the scaled bikini tops and loin cloth. There you go. So she takes off. She finds this village that's been destroyed, and as she's looking at it, suddenly she is attacked by this gigantic skeleton. Oh, if we get this here, their ad here for Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids. I'm not sure who Mad Balls is, if that's Mad Balls or that's Mad Balls, maybe. Another comic. Okay, so she's getting attacked by this gigantic skeleton. It's made up, I believe, of the spirits of the people from that village. So something weird's going on, a lot of sorcery. She has this nice fight with it. She's using all the weapons that she has picked up. The skeleton gets a few smashes in on its own. She is able to get in there, kind of rip up its rib cage a bit, and go after the vertebrae. You can see there's the rib cage getting cut up. And she has a few flashbacks in there about her becoming this samurai. And so as you can see, the skeleton actually has her after she's ripped open his rib cage, forcing him to drop, but he does end up chasing her. And then begins to fall apart a little bit. You can see it's starting to shatter. As we can see, the dead spirits that make up the skeleton or from the village. I'm not quite sure exactly which one they're either from the village or they're from the skeleton, but they put kind of a spell on it. This gives Samurai Sonja a chance to use the bow and arrow with the special, I guess this has something to do with her father. I'm not quite sure what it means, but she's able to send this arrow with this tag on it. Maybe has some kind of spell, and it takes down the skeleton. So she says a prayer for the people that lost their lives making this gigantic skeleton, and then sets it afire, releasing the spirits from within it. And then I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It looks like she's putting her hands on the bone fragments or the dust there. And then when she wanders off, we get a shot of her nemesis here, the demon warlord, and that's where we're stuck. So the story didn't progress too far. I think the art is good enough in it, and the story so far is okay. I mean, it's not great. I think there's a little bit more description about what was going on could have been used, but she does have it cut out for her if she just want to keep her family's name from being destroyed forever. So then we get the Dynamite Dispatch over here, talking about Christopher Priest a little bit. We get the Army of Darkness comics. A couple different, I'm assuming these are all trades, or maybe they're just different covers. Issue number 1, July. So this is a brand new comic. The Army of Darkness versus Reanimator. Okay. So there you go. And let's take a look at the cover gallery. And we get in here, you can see there's our cover A there. See, the cover B I also liked is on there. Cover C, it's a little hard to see what's going on. See Sonja here. Then we've got our cosplayer, Blank. And then some of the variants of the ones we have seen already. Some without titles, some in black and white, some line art, and some exclusives as well. So a whole lot for this first issue of Samurai Sonja. There's one that's kind of in green and purple. Let's cover B variants. Okay. And whatever that was, I don't recognize that. Maybe that's an upcoming cover. And then a few more here. There'll be a couple new ones here that we haven't seen, like these. Boy, that's really red Samurai Sonja there. Let's get in here. hold it in tight, retailer exclusive, so you probably be a tough time getting those. Retailer exclusive again. So there you have it. Dynamite doing their best to give us as many covers as possible. I get the regular ad for Dynamite in the back. Recommended. So thank you for stopping by and watching this YouTube video of this comic book review for Samurai Sonja #1 as always. Please like, please subscribe, please leave comments for this recommended comic, and we'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. I am behind on my comic book reviews. I have not picked up this week's comics, and I have 3 other comics books to review from the past 2 weeks. So hopefully I'll get a couple more out in the next couple days. So thank you for stopping by. As always, this is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.